Welcome back to Scotty's Hobbies. Today, I'm going to give you some diagnostic tips on figuring out a code on this vehicle was a P0354. But this video will be the same for all of the codes for P0351 all the way up to 358. And really, it's going to be the same diagnostic procedure, I promise you, so stay tuned. Well, in this vehicle, let me tell you what happened when the check engine light came on. So my normal job is taking care of rainwater runoff. And so whenever it's raining, I am super busy. So Christmas Day, we got called in at like 4 a.m. We were on the way to work, I was on the way to work, and my check engine light popped on. I'm like, oh my God, I don't like that. This vehicle, the check engine light's only been on for maybe 40 miles of its life. That's it, nothing longer than that. So when the check engine light comes on, it's a big deal. Very shortly after the check engine light came on, the VSC light came on. So I started worrying that this was gonna be actually a transmission code. Then, shortly after that, the car started to stutter. At first, there was no problems. I didn't feel anything, didn't notice anything different, anything wrong. Then the car started to stutter. After it stuttered, the check engine light started flashing, and I'm like, this is not good. So I went over, got in my glove box, and I pulled out my code reader. This is the code reader I've been keeping in the car lately. This is the Innova 5610. It is a very good, easy to use code reader that does a lot. This thing has two-way communications capabilities. You could check live data, you could check codes, clear codes, see if your car is ready for a smog. You could do a ton of stuff with this thing. And if you don't want to spend the money on the 5610, the 5210 is an awesome OBD2 reader too. It does ABS as well. But this one, you could reset the electronic parking brake, and that's really what sold me on this. And when I'm doing transmission work on this, or Toyota or Lexus, I can check the transmission temperature so I know when to let the excess fluid out, which I really like. Not too many plug-in scan tools do that. So the Innova 5610 and the 5210, links in the description below to get either one of those. Now, I pulled the code. It was the P0354. Now the 354 is ignition primary coil D circuit malfunction. Now when it's D, that's cylinder 4. So how it says 354, cylinder 4. If you had a P0351, that's cylinder number 1, but it will say primary coil A. If you have a P0352, that's going to be B, or cylinder number 2, and so on all the way up to cylinder number 8. So this diagnostic will be good for any of those codes, and also if you have a misfire code, it's a very, very similar diagnostic. So let me show you what I did to figure out the actual problem. And what really could this be? One, the most common thing is the coil gone bad. And just this video is going to be to verify if your coil is bad. If the coil is good, then you're going to have a wiring malfunction. So you could have an open circuit, a short, and a bad ground. When you get to that, let's hope you don't, there's going to be more extensive diagnostic if you don't see anything right here. So let's go over this real fast. Now, on this vehicle, it's a V6. This is cylinder number 4. Number 1 is in the back, number 2, number 3, 4, 5, and 6, so on. So what I did is I grabbed, trying to get my camera to turn on, I notated number 4 on cylinder number 4 and pulled this one out, switched it over to number 6. I used the Innova 5610 to clear the check engine light, and I went and drove this vehicle. Now after I cleared the check engine light and drove the vehicle, the code then switched to cylinder F, or ignition primary coil F, which would be cylinder number 6 now. In that case, what I knew is that the coil is bad. Since I moved the coil to number 6 and the code moved to number 6, we replaced the coil. So I removed that and I went and grabbed another coil and I slapped it in there. This is now a week later. I've been driving on this. I've put about 50, no more than 50, about 100 miles on this thing so far, and the car runs like a dream. I got actually better gas mileage that I didn't know I was not getting prior. I got the power back. Check engine light has not come back on. No pending codes, any of that. But if this doesn't solve your problem by switching it out and then replacing that coil, or switching the coil and making sure that the check engine light moves to that cylinder, then you're going to have to start looking at wiring issues. First off, what I would look at is the pigtail. Make sure you don't have any frays right here. It's really common for animals like rats, mice, to get up in the engine bay, especially under the engine cover, get in here, get warm, and they'll start to eat these wires away. And then you'll get a bad connection. That's going to be a really common issue. If all of this is good, then you might, if you don't have diagnostic capabilities or experience, you might want to have a mechanic look at this. So if you switch the coil over and the misfire or the code stays in the original cylinder, you're going to start looking at a wiring issue. So again, an open circuit, a shorted circuit, or a bad ground. Now hopefully you don't get to the wiring issue and switching the coil over to a different cylinder makes your code switch to that cylinder and you just have a coil like this one that was bad. But if it's not, good luck finding that issue. Chasing wiring problems is sometimes a pain in the butt, a lot of times a pain in the butt. And thank God I didn't have to run into that problem with this. And it is a very common code. This isn't the first time I've had this code. I've been a mechanic since 2003, and I would say this is maybe the dozens of times, 20 times that I've had to deal with this code. So it's a pretty common code that pops up, and every single time that this code has popped up for me, it's always been a coil. That's why when I got the code and I figured out what it was, I switched the coil over. I wasn't too worried about it because I really had a feeling it was going to be the coil, but I still did the diagnostic of switching it over to a different cylinder, clearing the code, running the car, driving the car, whatever you want to say, and the code switched, so I knew the coil was bad at that time. So really, let's keep our fingers crossed that your coil is bad. If you do have a wiring issue and you run into that problem and you do get it fixed, please comment below and let me know. And really, if this video works for you on any of your vehicles, comment below with the year, make, and model of the vehicle that this diagnostic video helped you on, just so everybody knows. And like I said, if you have a wiring issue and you end up finding a problem in the wiring system, comment below because that might also help somebody too. I really appreciate each and every one of you guys watching. Thanks for checking out Scotty's Hobbies. I will see you guys on the next, hopefully helpful video.